Owen Ladbrook. Welcome.
Thank you.
Fire away.
Sorry, just done a stopwatch so I can see how long I'm going to be. So I live in Avonhead, and I am concerned about some of the methodology that I have read about. I haven't read everything because I'm working, I run my own business, and so I just want to raise a couple of things. One is who are we targeting with the speed reductions? Because my observation in my area is that there are a lot of people who follow the road rules. They will adjust their speeds down when things are busy, when children are around. I also know that there are a lot of people, no, not a lot, sorry. There are some people who disregard the road rules. We have people going down our street at a fairly high speed. So if we reduce the road speeds, why will they obey these new rules when they don't obey the current ones? I think it's more important to enforce the current rules properly. Regarding the quality of information, I made a submission on the map. I actually took 2 goes. I was concerned, I struggled. I found a barrier to actually register my interest in it, and I wonder how many other people had the same issue. I look at the number of responses. We have got 1,859 of them that were registered on the map. If we account, every one of those accounts for 4 people, a 4-person household. There were 149 submissions by email. A lot of those are from bigger organisations. Let's assume that each one of those is 40 people. That gives you a total of just over 13,000 people. Population of Christchurch on your website says population is 389,000. So you've got less than 5% engagement by my reckoning. I wonder how many people haven't actually responded because of the barrier that they saw to engaging. And so the information you're working with, the submissions that you have, I honestly do not believe are a true representation of the people that are using the roads. And as a council, I actually think you should have access to better information before making this decision. It's a very important decision that's probably going to affect easily over 300,000, potentially over 400,000 people in their everyday lives. As I drive around, I'll step back. Because I work for myself, I actually travel around at all times of day and night, sometimes in peak hour and sometimes during the middle of the day. A lot of the streets that I drive on are relatively deserted. Very few people on them, and so the proposed rules often don't make sense to me. I'm struggling with the logic behind them. I can take you to streets that are wide, have good visibility, and little in the way of additional risk factors, and they have reduced speeds. This is going to become more prevalent with the proposed rules. So I'd leave you with, is there a better way? And yes, I think there is a better way. I think the current rules need to be enforced more rigorously. I'd be happy to have speed cameras, a lot more use of pedestrian crossings, centre islands for pedestrians, and other traffic modifying devices, so that there's actual visual cues as to what the speed limits should be, rather than a sign that is easily ignored. I think that speed limits should be adjusted where needed, but based on a risk analysis rather than a blanket approach. Things like the width of the road, whether it's straight, curved, the visibility on that road. So yeah, in summary, It doesn't make sense to me to just have a blanket approach using fixed permanent speeds. I think you need to enforce the current rules, and I'd encourage you to consider carefully the information that you have available to you and is presented at this meeting. Not only listening to the information that is presented, but listen to what is not there. The people who are not represented for whatever reason, whether a barrier or... but there are voices you are not hearing. And I've gone over my time, I'm sorry.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming in. Sorry, we don't have any time for a question, Tyler. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you.